Dear boomers, we are not only facing a dangerous contagion of Donald Trump, which is a mental health crisis, but the abortion issue poses a health care crisis for our reproductive aged American women. How so? When there's a ban on abortion services, a young woman is unable to get the care she needs. For instance, when she has a miscarriage. There have been 2 deaths in the state of Georgia as a result of the bans, and an untold number more. When healthcare workers have to stand back and refuse to care for these women for fear of lifelong incarceration, and that's what Donald Trump wants, we are abandoning the Hippocratic Oath, which is first, do no harm. This is why Bandy Exley is hosting a presentation before the National Press Club outlining these dangers coming up on Friday of this week. And today is what, the 23rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, the 27th of September. So we are living in an era unlike any in our lifetime. A time of great division, rising uncertainty, especially in light of this election, and threats to the very core of democracy. Think January 6th is always what I say. As we approach a pivotal election, one central question looms. Can we afford to allow Donald Trump to return to the Oval Office? In 2020, a groundbreaking event at the National Press Club, which was 4 years ago. It was aired live on C-SPAN and brought together a coalition of respected experts from fields as varied as psychiatry, political science, journalism, and national security. The theme: the alarming psychological dangers posed by Donald J. Trump. Now, this is not political. This is a mental health care issue that I'm talking about. It's not political, and it's actually bipartisan. What we saw then was simply troubling, very troubling, not only troubling behavior, it was a clear warning sign, one that continues to grow more dangerous with each passing day. This seminar in 2020 was led by Dr. Bandy Lee and moderated by Professor Jeffrey Sachs. This event included insights from experts like Gerald Post, the renowned CIA psychiatrist, who issued one of his final warnings to the nation about Trump's mental fitness. He said, "In my decades of evaluating world leaders, few have exhibited the level of dangerous narcissism and manipulative tendencies that Donald Trump has." And now, here we are 4 years later, just weeks before this critical election, a new, even more vital conference will be held. And this time, the stakes are even higher and the dangers more imminent. If Donald Trump wins, he probably won't last very long. And then we have J.D. Vance, who is one of the authors of Project 2025. He may be more dangerous than Donald Trump. We need to come together again, say the psychologists and the psychiatrists, the economists, journalists, and lawmakers. This isn't just a warning, it's a call to action. Trump faces criminal charges related to the January 6th insurrection. He faces charges regarding the mishandling of classified documents and election interference. And right now, they are trying to block people from voting long before November the 5th. But the most dangerous trial may be the one he poses to democracy itself. The goal is clear: to raise public awareness, to make sure these trials proceeds without interference, and to prevent Donald Trump from ever stepping foot in the Oval Office again. So it would be fun to go to this conference, or maybe not so much fun, but really very get involved with some enlightening people who are on the forefront of mental health and healthcare, because mental health and healthcare cannot really be divided or separated. So this upcoming conference will feature many of the same experts as were there 4 years ago, with fresh voices joining the discussions. They will share their urgent warnings, discuss the implications of a second Trump presidency, and explore solutions to ensure the survival of American democracy. Now, that survival of American democracy, in the event that Trump loses and we have Kamala Harris become our next president, we have a much better chance of involving ourselves in civic, local politics, and becoming more involved in democracy, because I think we lost it on that one. So they need our help to make this event a reality, professionally organized, broadcast live across the country, and once again covered by major media, including C-SPAN. We cannot afford to do this halfway, they say. We must do it right. Professor Jeffrey Sachs says this is not about politics, just like I just said. This is about the survival of institutions. We cannot stand by as democracy unravels. This all-day conference will feature intense presentations, question and answer sessions with the media and members of Congress, and a gathering of experts committed to a common goal, which is ensuring Donald Trump is held accountable. That's very important. Very important. A generous donor has already pledged funds to get this effort underway, but they still need our help to finish it. To expose the dangers of a second Trump presidency, we've launched a GoFundMe campaign to secure the resources necessary for the landmark event. The important thing to remember is that we are at a tipping point in history. Let's join them in making this conference happen. Help us ensure that the truth is heard and that Donald Trump is kept far, far away from the White House. I really don't care what he does, just so he doesn't win. He can go blabbering away somewhere else. He did say he would not run again if he is not reelected this time, and that's good news. But he's really showing extreme mental health deterioration. So we have to go to the GoFundMe campaign and share this message far and wide, and there's a link to GoFundMe that we can find and donate. I want to say that there's an ad about this young woman, and we're switching now to the abortion issue. This young woman was raped by her stepfather numerous times until at age 12 she became pregnant. And they showed this little girl with braces at the time. Now she's a young woman. She spoke at the DNC. She, this scene of this dear little soul with braces, saying that Donald Trump must not enter office. He's taken away freedom, her freedom. All these young girls need to be protected against incest, against rape. And if they get pregnant, they need to have a choice to restore the reproductive system, which could actually be ruined in the event that if they get pregnant, they want an abortion, they can't have an abortion, they get sepsis and they die. This has happened quite a few times I've read about. I was a nurse, OBGYN nurse practitioner, and an RN I've seen these scenarios, but nothing has been, when I was practicing as a nurse in this field of endeavor, the Roe v. Wade was in existence. So that became a simple matter of being pro-choice or pro-life. And in this situation, I would say what's going on with the young women of today is pro-death, not pro-life. And it's really much more than pro-choice. It's actually for the health of our country. To allow this sort of thing to continue is malpractice, and for healthcare workers to have to step back and not help people who are dying, who are bleeding out, wherever they are, at home or in the car waiting for help. That must take a toll on our healthcare workers. They must be inwardly crying. So take this to heart, people. We do not need this to ever happen again. Please. There's going to be a video that shows up right here, and this is about mental health and healthcare. We need to take care of our young people, and by not doing so, we will take this to our grave. And as we review our life and realize we didn't do anything, this will be something we take into the next life, and it's karmic and it's sickening. Subscribe. Bye-bye.